guys, this is Sanjay from FTC Team 7477, Super 7. Today, we're going to be laying the foundation for a new project, building a mini Java operating system. So, every operating system, server, or game engine relies on one core idea, a loop that continuously waits for input, processes it, and repeats. If this loop is designed cleanly, the system can grow infinitely without needing to write the base code. Today, we're going to start with our first episode of the series, building that loop. This is essentially going to be the backbone of our entire operating system. It's not going to be too long yet, but as the series progresses, it's going to get increasingly more complex. Let's start with importing our scanner, which is how we get input in Java. Our file name must match our class name. URL method. Alright. Now let's start with our booting message. If you've ever been in command prompt, you know that it gives you a startup message. So we can have the same thing in ours. So you also need to have an exit message, which most modern OSs have. So let's include the same thing. Type, and our exit keyword is just going to be exit with single quotes. Now let's start with building our loop. So, while true. While true means that this essentially just runs forever because it's a condition that just runs forever, simply put. Now we can have our input indicator. If you've been in command prompt before, you know that it's usually an angle bracket, so we can do the same exact thing, using an angle bracket to provide input. However, we don't use println because our input has to come on the same line. You can make a string for our input. Scanner, trim. This is essentially just trimming our whites. Oh, I forgot to initialize the scanner. Sorry about that. Scanner. There we go. So now we can also have this. We also have this if-else statement over here. No, sorry, just an if statement. So if input equals if input equals ignore case exit, we can print shut down commencing. Sorry. What this line essentially does is that without it's not case sensitive, which means if I type exit without anything, if I type exit all caps, exit with the E capital, exit with these two letters capital, it's still gonna do the sequence. It's still gonna shut down our operating system. And we have a break statement just to end the whole loop. The meaning of the unknown input will be explained in a later video because we need to do some more groundwork to actually understand that part so far. And down here, we can just close our scanner, scanner.close. So, in summary, we started by creating a scanner, which allows us to read user input from the keyboard. This simulates how a real operating system listens for commands, like command prompt or terminal. This while true part that I was talking about earlier, it's pretty much the most important part of the program. It tells the system to continuously run and until explicitly told to stop, which is what this part of our operating system does. Inside our loop, we print our prompt symbol, which is our angle bracket. We read a full line of user input, and we trim our white space, which is done by using the trim method over here. And every other input is currently unrecognized, other than exit, because we haven't gotten to that yet. So at this stage, our system isn't really useful yet, and that's pretty much intentional. A stable system loop should be minimal, predictable, and hard to break. Everything we build later will rely solely on the structure. Thank you guys for watching this 3% programming video, and see you next time.